Alright, we are on the draw here in match 3 of this league with Rug Delver, and this one looks like a keeper. We have a couple threats, a couple cantrips, a removal spell, 2 lands. Looks good. The opponent mulled to 5. That's less good for them, I imagine. I don't know if we're starting on Delver, Bolt, or Visions, but the opponent's turn 1 play is going to dictate a lot of that. Lava Spike means we're probably up against a burn deck, and I think I just want to get my Delver down to clock. Oh, we have a second Delver. We're going to go with the Steam Vents, because unless we have to, I do not want to fetch shock a breeding pool. That's probably what the Flooded Strand would get in this position if we wanted to lead on that. And there's also the fact that maybe we draw a basic forest or the stomping ground and we decide not to fetch shock out the breeding pool. I'm going to take that hit very happily. Okay, not that happily, but I can live with it. We're probably going to bolt that. What do we got? Is it good? It's another bolt. In that case, I'm probably going to ignore the Hooting Mandrills in my hand and just go straight at the board. We're going to fetch out a basic island and cast Delver of Secrets. Take that out to minimize the amount of damage we take. And let's get this clock really going. The opponent missed a land drop, which is very notable. Now, what we're doing here is a little dangerous because I'm intentionally cutting us off of green, which isn't necessarily a good idea. But on the other hand, we are really ahead right now, and fetch shocking for breeding pool puts us down to 11, which is definitely one of the ways I could see us losing, just going a little too low. Wooded Foothills, well, that's no longer a problem. Can we just do everything we could possibly want? I think we can. I definitely want to bolt that. We're going to get in for 4, and I'm pretty sure we're going to fetch and play a Hooting Mandrills. Seems like our best bet. Can that even be wrong? We get a basic forest, we go down to 11. If the opponent top decks a land, they can theoretically kill us in 2 turns. But we have a lot of damage coming their way. And we get to cast a Visions after this Mandrills. Visions before Mandrills to put the extra card in the bin. Tarfire and Bolt. Do I actually want the Bolt? We only have the 1 red source currently. If we leave Lightning Bolt on top, Delver transforms. That's 6 off of the Delvers, 4 off of Mandrills, that's 10, plus 3 from the Bolt. That would be 13. Let's cast this guy. Alright, so they either have to deal with one of our threats or kill us. Or present a blocker to slow down our clock slightly. Chump block Mandrills. No, they scooped. That's understandable. They mulled to 5 and they stalled pretty hard on lands. Then again, that hand was great against burn. Especially drawing... Once we hit the second burn spell, we were really going off against burn. The first burn spell, definitely nice. The second one, great. In total, we were going to see 4, which is really quite nice against them. Let's sideboard for the burn matchup. We actually don't know what variety of burn they're on, but I'm going to assume it's Boros, because that's the most common these days. Let's get some Huntmasters, a basic mountain. Pyroclasm. We are on the draw. I like having Pyroclasm on the draw. Flash Freeze. Anything I'm missing? Let's see. Stuff I board in. Mountain, Flash Freeze, Huntmasters, Pyroclasm. Alright. Excuse me. Stuff I board out. Thought Scour can go because we're going to be interacting. Just the 1. We still want Velocity. One Snapcaster Mage is going to get cut because I want to be a little leaner here. Perilous Voyage for sure. That's a good one to get out of here. Still not sure if I like Perilous Voyage. One Vapor Snag, one Simic Charm. We don't want to just slow burn down a little bit by bouncing their threats. That doesn't seem very good. That doesn't seem very good at all. Simic Charm is definitely the best of these three bounce spells here, just because it's a pseudo lightning bolt if we have a threat, and reach is good. People like having reach, so that's why you would take Simic Charm before the other two. Keep it in, I mean. However, I think all of these cards are better than Simic Charm. Is there anything that's worse than Simic Charm? Maybe Chart a Course. I could see that. I could definitely see wanting to cut Chart a Course. Maybe we do that. We do constantly want to be attacking, but on the other hand, post-board, with the Huntmaster plan, we do become a little more mid-rangey. I'm not sure. Chart a Course definitely isn't spectacular against Burn. It's not like Burn is a mid-ranger control deck that's trying to grind you out on cards. They just want to trade cards for damage, shoot you in the face, and close the game out. However, I still kind of like Chart a Course a lot. I'll take out one of them for the Simic Charm. Let's do that. Give it a go. See how we do. On the draw here in Game 2. Something about something out of date. I don't know what that means. We're going to ignore that. How good's this hand? It's not great. It's keepable, but it's not great. Against Burn, I probably want to ship it back. Get some removal? That's some removal. Fantastic. Land? Land. And we fire on all cylinders. That's just great. Monastery Swiftspear. That's something we're going to get rid of right away. Sometimes against Burn, when you only have one Burn spell, you want to think at least a little bit about what to spend that Burn spell on. I think we just want to take out the Monastery Swiftspear here. We might end up getting punished for that if the opponent just slams an Eidolon, and in fact, just in case they have an Eidolon, I'm going to show them this bauble. I don't plan on cracking it yet because I want that juicy Delver Scry. But at the same time, I really don't want to take two off of just casting a bauble. So we're going to let them know ahead of time about that. I think that's a good idea. Well, they don't have anything here, so that's great. On the other hand, maybe they just have 5 Boros Charms. You can't have 5 Boros Charms. Whoops. That was a little silly. If you guys figure out how to fit 5 Boros Charms in a deck, please let me know. That sounds exciting. I think we slam Goyf, right? If they path Goyf, we get another island, and then next turn we can cast more blue spells. I'm pretty sure we just cast Goyf. It's the most mana efficient thing we can do. It slows down the Delver plan, but the Goyf plan is probably even better, so I don't think I can complain. We're going to hold on to that bauble. Not worth cracking yet, I don't think. I might want to save it for Delver. I also might not. Might just want to use it to make Goyf a 4-5. Is it Path? It's Boros Charm. One of the 5 supposed Boros Charms cast. I guess is there another 2 mana 4 damage burn spell? Because that could theoretically be your 5th Boros Charm. Are they just going to kill us? Is that what's happening here? It looks like that's what's happening here. Oh, actually, since Goyf is exactly a 4-5, I'm going to crack this bauble to make it a 5-6 and have a 3-turn clock. Going for Delver seems kind of silly when we are imminently going to die. And if Bauble can draw us into a counterspell, I will be very happy. Well, it didn't, but it found us another Tarmogoyf, which means we're going to get in for 5, knock them down to 10, put a Goyf to protect us from creatures, and threaten lethal next turn. Then again, they might just have lethal on their own. 2 Boros Charms. We know they're drawing a Bloodstained Mire. 2 Boros Charms, maybe 3 Bolts. You've got... Oh, they can do things on the end step. Yeah, this is scary. Oh, and Lightning Helix. That's good. That slows down our clock. They're cracking the mire we knew about. Are we just dead? 2 burn spells? Is this it? Searing blood? It looks like this is it. Why didn't we take damage? Oh, the creature needs to die. Alright. I guess they need to... Yeah, that's awkward. Well, we're not dead yet. And the opponent's out of cards. We have a chance. Just one chance. Burn spell. Off the top. Steam Vents. Well, we can't shock. So there's that. I'm pretty sure we want to attack with both of these. And not give up an extra turn. Now, we might attack with one in case they draw exactly Goblin Guide. That's something. Now, we can play around creatures by casting Delver, but that means we're not casting Visions. Yeah, I think we swing with both. Threaten lethal. But we could also just swing with one, and then we're still threatening lethal next turn. And that means we get to cast Serum Visions safely. We probably should have cast Serum Visions in the main phase if that was the plan. I kind of like that. I'm going to do that. I want to cast Visions instead of Delver. Important to note, any burn spell for the opponent means we're dead. Bolt! Well, now creatures are very much not scary. Do I care about either of these? I don't know if I care about either of these. Kind of awkward that if we swung with both and then cast the Visions, we would have bolted them in one. But in that case, we're hoping to draw the Lightning Bolt. And if they have a creature in that case, we lose instead of having something back to block. No, do not pay 2 life. I am very interested in not paying 2 life. Alright, are we dead? Yep. Let's head over to game 3. Now, I believe on the play, I switch out Snapcaster Mage and the Pyroclasm. Yes. Yes, I do. Pyroclasm's a lot worse on the play because they're less likely to have several creatures on board, and we're less likely to fall behind. We're also more likely to have our own creatures on the board, such as Delver. Technically, Huntmaster is... well, not even technically. Huntmaster is the only other creature that dies to Pyroclasm on our side of the table, and that's not super relevant, so really it's just Delver, but on the play you are more likely to have Delver down than on the draw. You're less likely to need to use a Lightning Bolt on one of their creatures. You're just going to be under less pressure. So Pyroclasm can probably go. I don't think it's nearly as good on the play as it is on the draw. And Snapcaster Mage is obviously better on the play than on the draw, because you're making... well, you're not really making... you're making your land drops sooner since you're going first. So you're less likely to fall behind on tempo, and then the card advantage becomes more important. Let's see what we can do. We're going to be on the play. How good is this hand? It's really quite bad. We can cast Shoal. Casting Shoal is not the benchmark by which we judge hands, though. We're going to keep this. What do we got? Bauble. How good's that? Doesn't matter because we're shuffling it away. We're going to go turn 1 Delver. It's probably going to die, but we're still going to do it. I might want to use the Disrupting Shoal to save Delver, but I'm not sure about that. That's a very interesting decision point, actually. Because Disrupting Shoal, especially when we're this low on cards, is... I mean, it costs you cards, which means we're going to be very low on resources if we shoal something here. If they have a creature, yeah, that's getting shoaled. We don't have any removal, so I definitely want to counter that. If that was a Lightning Bolt, we would have to think a lot longer on that, because if they take out Delver, we don't have a threat. But on the other hand, if we shoal the Bolt and save the Delver, we're going to have 3 cards after we draw here. The opponent has 6, and it's pretty likely they have another Bolt. Not going to reveal the basic mountain. I will put it into play, though. Oh, that means we get to chart here. That's fantastic. Look at that. Chart, of course, pulling weight. That's just amazing. Hopefully we find a green source and a green threat. Oh, we found stuff. We did get a green source, technically. You know what? Even if this Delver dies right here, I think I'll still be happy. Just because of that chart, of course. Swift Spear, sure. And this is why I was very happy to shoal the Goblin Guide. We have no removal spells. Their creatures are pretty much just going to do whatever they want. And we're going to have a very hard time interacting with them. Serum Vision's fantastic. Almost makes me want to fetch out a basic island. You know what? It hurts. It really hurts. I think I'm going to get a breeding pool tapped. I don't want to pay shock here. I might even hold back the aberration to block. I guess that depends on what we find off of this Visions. Spell Snare. I don't really want that. Burn's 2 CMC spells are usually the most impactful, things like Lightning Helix, Boros Charm, Eidolon. On the other hand, I really want to find a threat. We just played a land, so that's not gonna fly. Do we attack here? We're gonna put them down to 10, but on the other hand, that Swift Spear is going to do horrible, horrible things to us. I think we're gonna win the long game, so I'm not going to attack. If they have to bolt our aberration, I think I'm gonna be pretty happy about it. I'm also very much looking forward to fetch out a basic forest with that Foothills, which kind of makes me sad about having played the breeding pool, but what are you going to do? If they have if they have 2 non-creature spells here at instant speed, they can save their Swift Spear. But I think I still want to block. Unfortunately, that could just be bolt face, and then we're in trouble. But I still think I want to block. It looks like they have it. Otherwise, I imagine they would have just bolted the aberration in the first place. Now, they did kind of get us with the whole you block and now your creature dies and my creature lives, but couldn't they have just bolted the aberration? It's the same damage. If they used one of the removal spells on the aberration and then hit us with the Swift Spear, it's the same damage. That's why. Didn't matter. If we fetch, we're dead to Boros Charm. I don't think that's a huge deal. I do want to play the Snapcaster Mage so that we can hopefully block the Swift Spear. So I think we're going to go with Snap Visions. I want to leave up a red source in case we draw a burn spell here. Doesn't look like we're taking this one, but we might. I'm hoping we take this one. We're definitely losing. Losing by quite a bit. Flash Freeze, Disrupting Shoal, Mana Leak. Not things I wanted. Alright. So we hope that the burn deck doesn't have burn spells. That's the plan. To be fair, that's a lot of the plan when you play against burn, but I guess that's besides the point. Let's see what they're going to do. 3 cards in hand, that's pretty scary. Lightning Bolt. The fact that that's not targeting Snapcaster Mage means that we're definitely dead. Land. Searing Blaze. Skullcrack. Sure. Alright. That's gonna do it for that match. Burn doing burn things. GG's opponent. We almost got there in the second game. The third game was not very close. I don't know if we specifically did anything wrong. Our keep seemed fine. I don't think our choices were very bad. It might have been variance? I don't know. Maybe I should have shocked sooner with this breeding pool. Fetch shock. That way we can get an extra visions out of our hand. Churn through the deck sooner? I'm not sure. I really don't know where we went wrong, if we went wrong. Anyways, I'm probably going to watch that again. See if I can find out. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.